There was much more of that Pep Guardiola interview to interrupt it, and we make no apology because it's that massive news that we have been reporting about all of today, because Chelsea have confirmed they've parted company with their head coach Enzo Maresca. I'm going to read you the statement in just a moment. We've been talking about this all day. It does look, by the wording, that this was Chelsea's decision more so than the managers. We'll get on more on that in a moment. In fact, we can bring in our chief correspondent, Carve Solical, who you were the one who broke this story the whole way through it. You've been on top of this. What has happened? I'll read out the statement in a moment, but what do you understand has happened?
Well, look, Enzo Maresca has, as expected, left Chelsea. And I'm led to believe that both Enzo Maresca and Chelsea agree that now is the best time for him to go. Now, Liam Rosenior is one of a handful of candidates who will be considered to take over from Enzo Maresca. Chelsea expect to announce a permanent new head coach in a matter of days. My understanding is that they are going to move quickly. They have
company. During his time at the club, Enzo led the team to success in the UEFA Conference League and the FIFA Club World Cup. Those achievements will remain an important part of the club's recent history, and we thank him for his contributions to the club, with key objectives still to play for across 4 competitions, including qualification for the Champions League football. Enzo and the club believe
contingency plans in place, and they're already vetting a small number of candidates. This is also very significant because from Chelsea's side, this was a unanimous board decision for Enzo Maresca to leave the club.
Right, OK, and let me just read out that statement now. Chelsea Football Club and head coach Enzo Maresca have parted. Change gives the team the best chance of getting the season back on track. And it ends by saying we wish Enzo well for the future. So, Carve, I know you're the one who's broken this story, but that's the first time that you've heard the statement. What did you read into that?
Look, I think, it's been painted as being a mutual decision. It's very rare for head coaches, managers to resign because when they resign, typically they do not get a payoff. But obviously, Enzo Maresca is somebody who is very proud. I think he feels that he could not carry on working at Chelsea at the same time as Chelsea felt that now was the right time for a change. And I can just tell you some of the main reasons why Enzo Maresca has left Chelsea. The first one is results. Recent results simply have not been good enough. Chelsea have won only one of their past 7 Premier League games. And if you look at the statistics, I think I'm right in saying that they've dropped 20 points from winning positions in the league and also Champions League this season. Second reason, I believe there have been disagreements behind the scenes about return to play protocols for injured players. And this is really, really important because Chelsea have an independent medical department and they have the final say on when an injured player can return to play and how many minutes he can play for. And I think from Chelsea's point of view, their head coach will never have the final say when it comes to return to play protocols. Another reason why Enzo Maresca is leaving Chelsea, from Chelsea's perspective, I think, is these links that we've seen in the past couple of weeks. Enzo Maresca being linked with other clubs, other jobs, Juventus, for instance, Manchester City as well. I think there may have been a sense from inside the club that these links were a distraction and perhaps they coincided with a dip in form, a dip in results as well. Also, there have been, clues that not everything has been going well at Chelsea behind the scenes. For instance, Tuesday night, Enzo Maresca basically refused to hold a post-match press conference after the draw with Bournemouth. We were told that it was because he was ill. I'm being told as well that some people inside Chelsea feel that this is a little bit self-inflicted. It didn't have to end this way because, as they mentioned in their statement, Enzo Maresca has won trophies. He got Chelsea back into the Premier League as well. But is there a sense that he's perhaps talked himself out of a job because of some of the things that he said in news conferences, which have added to a sense of volatility at the club and been a distraction when you don't need a distraction at the club? You know, nobody is bigger than Chelsea. If you're a Chelsea head coach, and I'm not saying that Enzo Maresca thinks he's bigger than Chelsea, because I certainly don't think he thinks that, but you have to be united, and the team behind the team has to be united as well. And I just get the sense that things haven't been right for quite a long time, and those are some of the reasons why this decision has been made today for Enzo Maresca to leave.
There's a lot more to get into, but before we go to the break, just very quickly, I picked out something there. You think it's going to be a permanent successor appointed, not just someone till the end of the season?
Yep. My information is that Chelsea will appoint a new permanent head coach in a matter of days. I've been asking the question, who's going to be in charge against Manchester City on Sunday? I'm being told we're not going to answer that question for the time being. But I'm also being told that this appointment is not going to take weeks. The words used in the conversations with me were, it will be a matter of days. And I was asking the question, is it going to be Liam Rosenior? Is it going to be Liam Rosenior? Everyone expects it to be Liam Rosenior. Are you worried that he doesn't have very much experience in English football? His only job has been at Hull City. I was told, well, look at Enzo Maresca. How much experience did he have of managing in the Premier League? Absolutely none. So I think there's a feeling at Chelsea that it wouldn't be that much of a risk to turn to Liam Rosenior. But of course, it would be a massive step up for him to go from Strasbourg in Ligue 1 to managing one of the biggest clubs in the world. Obviously, some people at Chelsea think that possibly he could handle that step up. Having said that, I'm being told that it's not